Hi, I am narrating this for Gino DiCaprio, and today I want to talk to you about a fascinating and mind-blowing idea that some Jewish mystics have proposed. That we do not exist, and that in reality, we are not real. What does that mean? How can we not exist if we are here, talking, thinking, feeling, and living? How can we not be real if we can see, touch, hear, smell, and taste the world around us? Well, according to some Jewish sources, such as the Torah and the Kabbalah, the ultimate reality is not what we perceive with our senses or our minds. The ultimate reality is God, the creator of everything. God is the only true existence, the only true reality. Everything else is just an illusion, a projection, a reflection of God's infinite light. The Torah says in Deuteronomy 4 verse 39, "Know this day, and take it to heart, that the Lord alone is God in heaven above and on earth below. There is no other." The Kabbalah says in the Zohar, "There is no place devoid of him. He is hidden in all worlds and he fills all worlds." According to these sources, God is everywhere and everything. There is nothing outside of God. There is nothing besides God. God is one and unique. But then how do we explain the diversity and multiplicity of things that we see in the world? How do we explain the existence of ourselves and other beings? The answer is that God created the world by contracting his infinite light and leaving a void or space where he could emanate his attributes or qualities. These attributes or qualities are called the Sephirot in Kabbalah, and they are the building blocks of creation. They are like different colors of light that come from the same source. The Sephirot are arranged in a structure called the Tree of Life, which represents the different levels or dimensions of reality. The highest level is called Keter, which means crown, and it represents God's will and purpose. The lowest level is called Malkut, which means kingdom, and it represents the physical world that we live in. The Sephirot are connected by channels or paths that allow the flow of divine energy from one level to another. The Sephirot also interact with each other in different combinations or configurations that produce different effects or outcomes. The Kabbalah teaches that everything in the world is a result of these interactions between the Sephirot. Everything in the world is a manifestation or expression of God's attributes or qualities. Everything in the world is a reflection or projection of God's light. But because God's light is so powerful and intense, it cannot be contained or grasped by any finite vessel or receptacle. Therefore, God had to conceal or limit his light in order to create the world. He had to hide his essence or identity behind veils or filters that reduce or distort his light. These veils or filters are called klipot in Kabbalah, which means shells or husks. They are like layers of clothing that cover or obscure the true nature of something. They are like screens or lenses that change or alter the appearance of something. The klipot are necessary for creation to exist, because without them, there would be no distinction or separation between God and his creation. There would be no diversity or multiplicity of things. There would be no free will or choice for creatures. But the klipot also have a negative aspect, because they create an illusion or delusion of reality. They make us forget or ignore our true source and origin. They make us think that we are independent and separate from God. They make us think that we are real and existent by ourselves. This is what some Jewish mystics mean when they say that we do not exist, and that in reality we are not real. They mean that our existence and reality are relative and dependent on God's existence and reality. They mean that our existence and reality are contingent and conditional on God's will and purpose. They mean that our existence and reality are not absolute and independent like God's existence and reality. They mean that our existence and reality are like shadows or reflections of God's existence and reality. They mean that our existence and reality are like dreams or illusions of God's existence and reality. So what does this imply for us? How should we live our lives if we do not exist and if we are not real? Well, some Jewish mystics suggest that we should try to awaken from this illusion or delusion of reality. We should try to remember our true source and origin. We should try to reconnect with God and his light. We should try to remove or transcend the klipot that conceal or limit God's light. We should try to align or harmonize our will and purpose with God's will and purpose. We should try to become like God and reflect His attributes or qualities. We should try to become one with God and His reality. This is the ultimate goal of Jewish mysticism, to achieve unity or union with God. This is the ultimate state of bliss or joy, to experience God's presence and love. This is the ultimate meaning of life, to fulfill God's plan and desire. This is what some Jewish mystics believe, and this is what I wanted to share with you today. I hope you found this video interesting and enlightening. Thank you for watching, and may God bless you. Oops. It seems like I've run out of time.